Hello, weirdos and weirdettes. I am Haunted. I am kind of filling in for Ben today. He wasn't able to make it, so I'll be streaming on his day. Today we're going to be working on the Weird Science box, the crazy brand creations of the gator, the orangutan, and the chicken. He's on the side. I can't really show him, but anyways, we're going to be working on the gator today, Karate Gator. And if we happen to finish him, then we'll work on the mind controlling turban chicken, whatever he is. Hello, McBluff. How are you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right. So let's get started. Going to start out with some Elysian green. We may go to a little bit darker on the back side. We'll see. But these two colors match what was on the package pretty well. Yeah, I saw it. I saw the beginnings of it anyways. Fantastic. I am doing good, doing good. Happy to be streaming again. Got a tourney coming up this weekend that I'm absolutely going to fail bomb at, but we're gonna have fun doing it. I'm looking at it as a opportunity to learn either what not to do or maybe some things to do, rather than having any illusions of doing well in it. So this is Elysian green we're working with right now. We got 3 washes we'll be working with. We'll be working, well, one's a glaze, Way Watcher, and then green Vallejo, and then BL tan. Those are what we should be working with to just try and mitigate our colors today. I gotta tell you, when I decanted this Elysian, I definitely got a little too much thinner in it, but it's not bad. It's probably a good thing the way it is. They tell you to thin your paints and all that stuff. This is thin. You don't need any further thinning with it. It is good to go. Oops, that is not flesh. That is metals. Metals. I want you to go out there and sweep the leg. Sweep the leg. Sweep the leg. Cobra Kai. Sorry. Since we got the Karate Gator, that's running through my head. Or they don't show the claws in his feet. I'm going to assume they're going to be kind of a off-white, but I might do them black just for contrast sake, to make them pop. If anybody wants to do a quick googly search and let me know what's normal for them. I think like kind of a bone color is normal, but like I said, we may do black just for contrast sake or interest sake. Yeah. Oh, we are really stuttering bad, aren't we? Is it doing that on your end too, McBluff? I have actually not watched the new Cobra Kai series or whatever on Netflix. Started out on YouTube Red, I think, and became so popular that Netflix bought it up and did another 2, 3, 4 seasons. I've been meaning to get around to watching it. I haven't. It's kind of low on my my queue list. I just finished Tact Op the other day, which is Japanese animation. Really pretty cool. And then what was the other one? Oh, Invincible. It was Amazon original. That was crazy. You think it's just kind of your normal everyday superhero movie, and then all of a sudden it goes all boys on you, with heads exploding and stuff like that. I was like, wow, that caught me off guard. About the Cobra Kai, saying I haven't seen it yet, but it's in my queue to watch. Or were you asking about the Invincible part? Oh, I did ask you, were you noticing it stuttering, the camera stuttering? I don't know if we have a bit of a latency issue or what, or if it's on my end. It could be on my end, like my viewer. I think it's kind of divided just below that jawline. Yep. Okay. You're investigating it. Okay. I just wasn't sure if it was on my player's end or if it was on because I've got a lot going on my computer right now, so it could be that. Just show it slowing the player down. What was I saying? There is stuttering, but see what's going. Okay. Haven't watched all the Cobra Kai, but Taekwondo teacher loves it because he grew up with the original Karate Kid and has been doing martial arts ever since he was a toddler. Nice. Well, I mean, if a Taekwondo instructor digs it, then it must be fairly good, right? Because they'd be pointing out any serious inconsistencies with it. Okay, I think that's all the back color basing. Let's get around doing the belly basing. I have a feeling we'll probably have to put a second coat of this one on. Such a fun model. Such a fun model. Definitely not like that Hidematsu. Hidematsu is like just a pucker model. Like you just stay puckered up the whole time you're working on her because she's so small and there's so many details going on with her. It's definitely not a relaxing model to paint. This one is. Normally I get really strange about painting realistic models, models that represent something in the real world. Because you have something, or other people have something they can go and look at and say, this piece doesn't, whatever. So I get really weird about painting everyday objects or miniatures that represent them. And but this one doesn't bother me. I figure there's enough variation in the animal kingdom, especially one that's been doctored by Big Brain, that we can have some variation with him. Okay. Okay, a little bit. Remember, we got to come up over the jawline just a wee bit. All right, got that. First pop was wrist, second pop was fingers. I don't know if y'all heard that or not. Okay. When that dries up, we may be doing a second coat. It's looking pretty thin, which is fine. Thin's good. Thin's not a bad thing at all in the paint world. normally, in the interest of speeding things along, I paint slightly thicker, so I'm not doing as many coats, which is something you can kind of do when you have a bit more experience. You can paint thicker without getting the brush strokes in there and stuff like that. But today we're just using the paints as is, which means they're pretty thin. Well, I say that as is. They've been thinned when I decanted them. Words. So they're thinner than they normally would be. These would probably be pretty much one coat paints if I hadn't over thinned them when I decanted. Okay, give that just a sec to dry. Look on the back side on that Elysian color. See if we got any thin spots. We do have some right back here. Today we have a stealth Captain Sneezy Pants. He made it into the room without sneezing. This is a first, ladies and gentlemen. He's snuffling, but he's not sneezing. There is a difference. Every day they see me snuffling. Okie dokie. So that's about got this color knocked in again. All the thinner spots, a little bit there on the top of that leg. Okay. Now we're going to come back in here and work on this yellow just a wee bit more. I feel like it needs a little more punch here. It says 14th coat. 3rd or 14th, I can't keep up. Now, is it gators or crocodiles that you can stroke their belly and they'll like be hypnotized? I think it's gators. Because my cat's like that. If you stroke his breastbone, the little like sternum area on his chest, he's literally hypnotized. He will just sit there with his eyes half closed and will not move as long as you're doing that. And he's a normally very, very hyper cat, but if you can catch that spot, he just like shuts down. It's funny as hell. Gators. Okay. It's a trick all handlers for use. Okay. Thought it was. Seems like all my knowledge is on gators and not crocodiles. I don't know why I keep mixing them up. Okay. This should be it on the ogre color. Seems like we're getting good coverage now. We will do it on the pads of the feet though, so we have a little more to do. I just want to make sure we got this area covered up first. Okay. Same deal over here. Like I said, we're probably going to have to make a couple coats here. This paint is abnormally thin. Dog to the hand, he says. Dog to the hand, the gator says. Okay, so we got that. Give that a sec to dry. I'm going to go ahead and wash the center belly, I think. We're going to try I think we're going to try green wash on it. The slightly brighter, less intense than the glaze. So let's try that real quick. Now this is a Vieja wash, which means you have to be very careful not to have moisture in your brush. Otherwise you'll end up with a frosting, and not the kind of frosting that you want to eat, but the bad frosting where it turns white, and that's not what you want. Okay, getting some good detail there between those scales. Okay, let's go back and get some more back on these pads here, their feet. May need to add a little more yellow to this, especially for the highlight, to really separate it from this other green. Although we're going to be doing a darker wash on it, so it'll probably separate pretty well from it anyways, but we're going to add some more yellow when we come back to this area. Okay, for this one, I'll do a little bit of BL tan green, more intense green, a little darker green. And we'll probably come back and hit the ridges around the back. Probably come hit that with a even darker green, or like a brown maybe, to really intensify those back ridges. So like a sepia tone or something like that. Maybe even umber wash. Okay. Get that karate kick and leg done here. Hiya. Oh, freaking yeah. Get it up there. Kick. Woohoo. Make sure we don't get her on our yellow belly. There's some scales there I need to get. Okay. We'll get up there around the head here in just a minute. But let's get the shoulder area here. Okay. Now this definitely is coming off a little brighter than I wanted, but we will be able to tone this down, I think, between the highlights and another darker wash on the back. So I think we'll be able to get this where we want it. Okay. Whoa. Weird guy, you deserve that timeout. What'd you do? Hey, Llama. Hey, Kyle. Made a gator related pun? Oh, I'm curious. I mean, how does Kyle not have like admin privileges so he can say things that aren't blocked? Or was that done on purpose? Let's see here. Someone tried to talk me into a board game last night. That was just competitive pun making. Needless to say, declined. Nice. That's what game is that? I know a really popular one I have never played. Like all my friends have played it, but me apparently is Cards Against Humanity. Never played it. I got some friends that just absolutely adore the game though. Oh, you put them in. That was, he just said, okay, all right. Don't mess with the weird hobby. She'll put you in timeout. So we're putting in a little bit of this sepia tone here in the recesses and some of the areas I'm wanting to be a little bit darker. Just to give myself a little variation here in the skin tone. I don't know if it's showing through on the camera or not, but that's what we're doing. You can take me, Gator. Like that. Cayman and alligators are not the same. Sure, my office mate just heard me sigh. Did you roll your eyes so hard you saw your brain, Kim? Not that hard, okay. Let's see here. I have pun. I don't know if I should invoke such ire. Still nervous, but go for it. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, go for it. We'll see if it's truly grown worthy or not. Whisper to Kyle, have him to give it Waldo. Hobby can't be any more annoying. There you go. But if it goes that way, I may not hear it, so I wouldn't want to be an instigator. That's good. I like that one. I'll get a little bit of that pulled off of there. Okay. I may make enemies today or friends. I feel like saying weird Kyle made a grown worthy pun. It's a serious allegation. Okay. Don't worry about it. I think that was pretty well done. Yeah, I'm good with that. I ain't mad. Let's see here. I'm going to put a little bit of, maybe shake it first. I'm going to mix a little bit of BL10 with some of the sepia shade for the next little bit, which is just going to be on top. You're out of bread. Well, that's not good. We don't have a winter storm coming, so you're probably going to be okay. You don't have to worry about making your milk sandwiches. I never understood the need everybody to get bread and milk. What are you making, milk sandwiches? I can understand, bread and lunch meats or something like that, but bread and milk always. That's what out when there's a storm. Okay. So yeah, I was gonna say you can always make some more. And it feels like a dual face. All right. So I kind of got this back green where I want it. It's a little stark on the side, so I'm going to try and blend it out with some of that brown green mix here. So it's not quite a huge line between the two. I know Hobby was painting Zoraida Halloween set a while ago. Zoraida does have regret. I was gonna say regrets. Regret and gators. That's been such a joke in the house since that stupid movie. What was it we're the Millers? I think it is. The dude with the no regrets tattoo. All right, getting this kind of working the way I want it. It's looking a little less cartoony green now, which is it went a little crazy cartoony before, so we're pulling it back a little more natural. And actually, you know what? I think I'm going to see if I can find my dry brush. Yay, not my dry brush. I think it's fairly clean, so we're going to do a little dry brush on that belly real quick. I'm not sure I'd seen that Waldo on Firefall animation. Oh yeah, I think that's relatively new. They just started that. I don't know when they started it, but I saw it on Doug's stream Monday. So I like it because it allows you to see if we're halfway looking at the screen, we can see when there's a follow. Before, when it's just the text, it's like really hard to tell. But with that, we can actually occasionally see it. I didn't that time, but most of the time we can see it. It's been around for a bit, but wasn't working properly. So in timeout for a while. I see. Okay. Well, I've been looking at the screen less than I thought I was then, I guess. Whoa. Go mix a little ice yellow with that Ugrin camo. I went a little crazy with my notifications. Like there's literally 75 different GIFs, I think, that will pop up. And they're all set on different randomizations. I have some that are ultra rare that I've only seen like once or twice in the 2 years I've been streaming. Okay, there we go. Catching those squares in that belly a little bit. Can't quite seem to catch those for some reason. There we go. Now we got them. I had to give it a little brush stroke upward to get those. Get the top of the foot pads there. Did anyone ever do the Googleating on claws? Is it bone color or are they black? Would it look out of place if I did black? Okay, let's get that brush cleaned out, and then we're going to start working on the claws and the metals. I have a feeling we're going to get to the chicken today. We are. We may not finish him, but we're going to get to him. At least I think we are. We're only an hour in. Yeah, we'll get to the chicken. Okay. I'm going to do a couple real quick catches of color with the brush here that the dry brush didn't quite get to. So mainly here on these little scales, I don't know what happened to them. They're just like, nope, we're not being painted. Don't try it. We're not doing it. We will not participate. Okay, now I'm going to do some ice yellow by itself, I think. We'll just do a couple spot highlights here. We won't do the dry brushing with it. Doing this to emphasize twisting here. So we won't do it on all of them. Okay, a little bit up here on these. Okay, now we'll be doing the same thing on the other side with the Elysian green. Not so much the twisting, but the bendy areas, indicating stretches in the scales, right? Very slightly sort of doing kind of a dry brush, but not really. Make sure your brush is a little bit drier before we do this. So also hit those fingers, claw, whatever doohickey stretches here. Ooh, sorry. Startled myself dropping it. Yeah, I'm okay. I have bad dropsies. Okay, we're just kind of doing some little dots here for scales. And the dark green on the edges of the lips and the nose and stuff. Okay. What color we want to do as eyes? Because gators typically have like brown eyes, but it's going to be very hard to see brown. So why don't we do? Why don't we do like an orange brown? So scruffless brown, maybe. Jesus, no glitter. Llama. No. Gold. A gold color would be pretty good. Not like metallic gold, but if we could get a gold color. Oops. I get paint on my shirt. I don't think so. Good. Whew. I thought I got paint on my shirt. I was going to be really ticked off. I mean, it's literally like a pinprick in there for the eyes. So there isn't much room for doing anything fancy. Fancy dancy. Oh, er. Now, he says. Now. Pay attention now. Get that dry. Okay, dokie. That in there. All right. I'm gonna try one more time to get that eyeball in there. That one in on the left side is. You know what? I tell you what. I want to get my my big eyeballs on the bug eyes. Reason I call them bug eyes. It kind of looks like a bug mandible that comes down. So I guess I should call it the bug mandible. But anyways, these are what I call them. And they have a lot more magnification on them. And if you do any miniature painting, these are a fantastic lens or glass because you can actually look up over them. So they're kind of like, I guess, a bifocal when you don't need lenses at a normal distance to your monitor. They're great for that. So you can just look over them, see your monitor, see what text is coming in, and then you don't have to pull your glasses down or anything like that. So it's a nice feature for them. Okay, while I've got them on though, I'm gonna go ahead and do the teeth for them. I'm gonna mix just a tad bit of Mornfang into it, I think. So I don't want that full-on ivory look. It's just a little too bright. There we go. Okay, so we're cutting in those teeth now. His tooth cease. And there are a couple I'll have to probably recorrect at the back side of on the left because that was actually gum rather than teeth that I was hitting. Okay. Now we'll do some corrections on them teeth. Really? My Rhinox is clogged. Fantastic. That's okay. We got it. Okie doke. Now I do want to highlight the tips of these scales here as well a little bit. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to use a little bit of Army Painter Green, or Army Green, excuse me. I'm going to say something dumb along the lines, is that really something you talk about on stream? Rhinox being clogged. Yeah, I'm not sure where they came up with that name, honestly. That's kind of a strange one. I mean, other than, okay, their tanks are called rhinos, so maybe it came from that, or it seems like it may have been some sort of creature called rhinox that they took the hide of for cloaks. But anyways, it's a strange name. I get it. So this is a little Army Painter olive green that we're just going to kind of dry brush over the scales in the back. I think I like this because it doesn't quite go back to that cartoony green. Which is what we're trying to get away from with the watches. So yeah, I think that works really well. If I can catch these, the dry brush. Yeah, looks like I can. Maybe up until it gets to the head where it gets kind of, detail gets kind of wobbly. We've really been struggling with that frame rate issue today, haven't we? Like every time I look up, we're stuttering. Probably what it is, honestly, it's probably that new game that's come out and all the big name streamers are on it. And because we are not partnered, they're getting all the bandwidth. So that's more than likely what it is. So forgot what it was called, but it's a new, looks like a JRPG kind of thing. Standard fare that you see in almost every RPG game. But they're all crazy about it right now. Tried a lot of things from here. And well, that's what I'm saying. I think it's probably that new game release, and all the streamers are on it right now. Like, I'm not kidding. There were a couple channels that had over 100,000 viewers in them. So they're hogging the bandwidth basically. Because Twitch does that. Partners get guaranteed bandwidth, and everybody else, well, they get variable bandwidth depending on what the partners need. And the funny thing is, most of the this is the funny thing, most of the guys that I saw with so many viewers, they really weren't that interesting. I don't know if they made partner back when it was easier to make partner or what, but they, like I've watched Ninja and stuff like that. They can put on a hell of a show, but most of these guys are just yeah. Okay, I think that's got it. All right. So we never got back an answer on the claw. So I am going to do them black then, just for more contrast. I think they are technically, off-white, bone color, whatever, like your typical claw, but in nature. But we're going to do them black because I just want more contrast. I mean, worst case, we could just we could paint them silver or just black and say they're like metal claw covers or something like that for maximum damage. They actually almost do look like uh like something that goes over the claws, because they're very pronounced at the end where they come up against the finger. They're like they're not even part of the finger. Makes me wonder if they are supposed to be claw covers, or I don't know, what you call them, something that makes more stabby damage. Claw sheaths, maybe that could work. Okay, hope I was on screen when I did that. Definitely got to get those. Yep. There's some sort of claw sheath, metal steel, something, or sheath. So I want to leave them black, but I definitely think they're metal. Something added to his natural claws to make them longer, stronger, more dangerous. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. An additional wounding mechanic here. Is it big? Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's good. That's good. Because, well, we're doing it black anyways, which I always use as my base coat for silver. So, we're okay. I didn't even think to look on the card. I was looking on the box art. The box art doesn't show their hands, or doesn't show this one's hands. So I was kind of at a disadvantage. Okay, I take that back. We may not get to the chicken today. I was thinking we were going to, but I don't think it's happening. We'll see. It could happen, but not near as for sure as it was earlier. I've gotten slowed down. I mean, it's still possible. We're only an hour and a half into it. Not even quite an hour and a half. We're an hour and 20 minutes into it. So it's possible I could still get to the chicken. Sorry, trying to get around while it's mounted. It's kind of a little bit of a pain there. I think I got it. Okay. Just a tad bit more black here. I'm going to go back to my junky brush. The other one does not like slapping black on in thick coats. Now, like I said, all the silver parts we're doing a coat of black on. The reason for this is because the little reflective bits in silver can reflect the colors that are underneath. And in cases like this, where we've got a particularly bright color underneath, like that bright yellow, green, that color can easily be reflected back through the surface of the silver. And it looks really funny when you do that. So I always do a coat of black. And that way, if it reflects back, it's just like, it's a shadow or a dip in the metal or something like that versus something showing through from beneath. And gold, I'll either do black or I'll do like a warm brown, depending on the gold. If I want it to look, like an antiqued old gold, then I'll do black. If I want it to be pretty and new gold, well, it gets brown then. Did get a little bit on that green there. I'll have to fix that. Okay, let me get that green fixed real quick, and then we'll move on with the rest of this black coating. The good thing is it's not really in a scene area, so it's not a big deal. The biggest part is trying to get the color matching, because we have several layers of washes there and stuff like that. That'd be close enough, I think. Here we go. Okay. Do these bands here. All right, trace around that. underneath that leg, hopefully without getting on it. Okay. Just about there. We got to do this apparatus here and the one on the head. And then start getting all the black stuff painted in with silvers. And we're going to use a black silver as the base on the lower pieces. Or I think it's black silver or black metal or something to that nature we'll be using. And then we'll use lead Belcher and chrome. Probably some known oil as well. So what is everybody else working on? Anybody else painting along? Or drawing along, make love? Trying to debate if I want to do the little tears in the skin, because on this card it depicts these little claws up on these two pieces, kind of digging into the skin and leaving little blood trails. And I don't know if I want to go that far or not. I don't think I'm going to. I might on this one. It actually has the claws shown. The little electrodes or whatever, those attachment points. Data entry. Fun. I mean, I say that, and it's like a sarcasm, but I actually do like data entry. Any databases built, just let me know. Okay. So we got all of that painted or blocked in. So I did miss a spot. How did I miss that spot? Like right there, front and center. Block right there. A little bit on the underside. There. Now it's done. Okay. Where is my black metal? Black wash. Come on, folks. This is slowing me down. Where are you? Okay, I've got my silver or chrome. I've got my lead Belcher. Where is the other one? Black wash. Umber. Pink metallic. That's not what I need. There we go. I can't believe I don't have that. It's one of the few colors I don't have the top painted naturally. That's why I couldn't find it. I don't think I need regular glasses now. The less weird looking ones. So the nice thing about this is if you look, it's almost black itself, except for the metallic component in it. So it's just almost like brushing metal flake iridescent medium on the black. And this will be a nice shadow, but still be silvery, right? At least that's the idea behind it. Good for those little recesses. Now this one you don't have to worry about the colors underneath popping through near as much, but I'll still put it over black just to be on the safe side, right? And the color that is, sorry, is game air gunmetal. I was thinking it was black metal for some reason, but it's gun metal. Okay, get up here and do these little belts here, or straps, whatever they are. These doodads. Now, I really don't have to paint the whole thing. I just make it easier. But what I'm basically this is going to be like our low light, the shadow that's in the middle. So typically would only have to do the lower half, or would be in shadow. But I'm mostly painting the whole thing. that's actually kind of funny. And you think about the number of people that do that. Like every single person that opens a bag of bugles has to put them on their fingers for some reason. And I was doing it before it was a thing on the internet. Yeah, so I mean, it's just like this human compulsion, I think, built in. Hey, Doug, welcome in. Welcome in. I was wondering if you were going to make it. I am really sorry I missed last night. I said, yeah, I want to make it, and I just totally zoned out and forgot. I'm used to your Monday streams, and I forgot about last night. Oh, you didn't end up streaming. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I don't feel so bad then. I don't feel so bad for watching Wipeout, although it is kind of the same silliness that we get with your stream. So it's almost like I watched your stream. I had a lot on my plate, wasn't in the headspace to be on while getting work. I totally understand that feeling, my friend. I was doing a little bit of work on my carry case and list ideas and getting miniatures ready and stuff like that. Not that, like I said, I'm going to be super competitive or anything. I know I'm not that good. I'm not even competitive at a casual level. But I wanted to have a list that looked like I knew what I was doing. Okay, so let's get these down here for sure. These are going to be painted with this black metal because they're right up against each other. I want to be able to have some recess metallics there. The others are pretty separate, so I'm not going to worry about doing those in black metal. Okay. So now we're going to pull out some lead Belcher. I am sorry, my nose is going crazy today. Okay. So now we got some lead Belcher down. Now we'll paint the majority of the upper surfaces. Pardon me. In lead Belcher. Llama said something about gator brass fingernails. I mean, we could, because I mean, like you said, the 8 or orangutan has brass knuckles, so we could do the things on his feet and hands brass, or we could just do them, silver like this. Either way. So if there's a preference out there amongst the viewers for either brass or silver, let me know, because they're going to be getting painted here very shortly. We'll probably get some non-oil down there as well too, just to re-emphasize those recesses. I also want to say something, but I'm about a lot of my plates sound like we're heading in the direction of food. Yeah, we don't do the food as much in here as we do in my stream. My stream, that is like a every stream occurrence. We get in the food subject, especially once Heretic gets in, because he eats six meals a day, so he's all about the food. Which is just torture, because I'm sitting there gnawing at my feet basically by the time he shows up usually. And then he starts talking about food, and I'm still stuck behind the camera, just aching for food. I mean, not that I need it, obviously, but doesn't mean you don't want it. Yeah, we do talk a lot about it in your streams, but typically in my weird streams, it's movies, TV, um, or the Malifaux thing. I don't normally get the food that often. You see, I'm not doing a full coverage of that silver there. I don't know if you can tell what I'm doing there, but that is a little mix of both the gunmetal and the silver going down right now. Kind of blending the two together. Oh, and yeah, thank you for doing that, Lama, because I completely forgot about him saying he was in a bad headspace. I hope you're feeling better, Doug. I assume you are, since you're here. I am not the most thoughtful when I'm streaming because I'm usually concentrating. So thoughtfulness goes right out the window. So apologies. Just super busy. Gotcha. All right. That's better. I would have thought you'd be kind of like slowing down since the LVO was over. Have you got another thing coming up? Is that what's going on? Yeah, I know it does. Sorry. That is true. It does do that. Okay, so where is my? There it is. My gloss milk. I just put this out of the way. We're going to bring it right back in for my wash. This little bit of resin has been fantastic for wash working because it's got that lip due to the capillary action. Keeps that wash from rolling out. It's perfect. I love it. And the stick makes it easy to grab. Sculpted a lot of custom 3D print for Elvia. I've been working. Oh, you've been working to get it up in your web store. Okay, cool. Okay, getting that in there, that little recess. Let's get around that bolt. Probably gonna paint that wire there just to give it a little pop of color. And this looks like a hook, a loop that it would be hung up with. So I'm gonna probably paint that a different color so it stands out well. Is it rude to ask for a different streamer's info other than the streamer who's on? Not really. I mean, I don't think so. I've done it before. If you're trying to get to their Twitch page, you can just click his name, and it will give you a link in the window that pops up, and you can go straight to his page from there. If that's what you're after. How much are you charging for them? Or can you say that yet? Well, yeah, but I mean, I think she was asking for like if another streamer was in here, if it was okay to get their information or ask for their information. I'm assuming she meant Doug. It could be somebody else. I don't know. Yeah, I want to snoop that shop too because I want those 3D prints. But it might depend how much they are because I just funded another Kickstarter for more terrain bits. So I may be on a spending restriction for a bit. Okay, we're just going to cut around these corners here. Hopefully without getting on that green. That's the big thing here. Don't get on the green or the yellow green, whatever it is. I had a real hard time with that Kickstarter deciding whether I wanted to pay for the merchant license because it was a lifetime license for only $200, which didn't seem bad, but I was just like, I don't know. there's so many people putting out train bits. I feel like a merchant license form is going to be pretty low priority. I feel like they're reasonably priced. I don't want to break any rules by sharing that, though. Here, I want to keep it weird. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Speak more in depth later. Nice. Okay, so we got we're just coming in here and cutting in this chrome on these metal bits here, mainly along the top edges and the metal folds, like where it has an edge to it in the middle. I don't know if that makes sense, but where there's a crease. I really do need to get into learning the blender and the ZBrush and stuff myself, because there's a lot of things I want to make for myself. And the other thing I need some filament printers too, because a lot of things I want to make are larger, and resin just gets real expensive when you start doing that. Larger terrain items in it. Gonna go full tilt with the Mono X. I can print it through and turn it over. Yeah, not hard with that one. I wish I had waited just a tad bit longer, but the client was chomping at the bits to get their commission finished, and so I had to get my printer a printer replacement. But if I'd waited just another week, I could have gotten the Mono X for $100 more than I paid for the 4K photon. So I'm really disappointed that it's still a little bit larger print bed by like a 10th, or I think it's a 1/10 of an inch. But it is double the resolution, which is nice. But I would have much rather had that Mono X. So now what I'm trying to do is see if I can find somebody that would like to buy the old printer once I replace the LCD screen on it, because I really don't need two small format printers. Thing is, it's going to be hard to sell because you spend $60 on a replacement LCD, and I probably won't be able to sell the printer for more than 150. So it's like, it's almost not worth selling. Okay. Let's see here. All right, so now I need to do the claws and that wire. Let's do, I'm thinking just plain old medium blue for the wire. I'm not going to do anything fanciful with it. It just needs to be a nice bright blue. Done. Okay. It's got that. A melody followed. Very cool. I think we said we are going to paint that D hook a different color. We said something like that. Let's go for a little dwarven gold. Really shouldn't use that because it's a new brush, but oh well. We won't do much metallic with it, just this little bit here. Okay, that should cut that. Now we'll do the fingernails and the little headpiece up on top. And I'm going to go ahead and get this cut in real quick while we're at it. I'm going to do some blue up here, some of that light blue we did earlier. Like some arcing electricity going back and forth. It needs to come out just a wee bit further, doesn't it? Okay, let's get back to those silvers. For his fighting claws here. Oh, we did not do the little black ones over here, or the didn't blacken in those over here. Should do that before we get too carried away, huh? Okay, got that cut in. Go around the front, make sure it's good. We'll need a little bit more there. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Your fists were fast as lightning. There, now y'all got this stuck in your head. That's okay. I don't mind your snooping. Although last night I was curious, like how you knew I was going to bring Karai, but then I realized, oh yeah, that's right. I was talking about it, or you realized I was talking about it in Doug's stream. And I'm like, that's it. I was like, because I didn't post anything, so get out of my head, Llama. Doug's fault. Yes, it was Doug's fault, or my fault for talking to Doug. Because I think I even said, spoiler alert, if you're going to the Why Do Foes Fall in Love tournament, this is what I'm bringing. I'm pretty sure I said that even. Oh man. We back in the day when I used to raid and WoW, we had a hunter named Kanga. And the first few raids we did, he almost invariably had forgotten to pull one of his pets taunt mode off, so it's just an assist or whatever. So his pet was pulling aggro off the tanks and wiping the raid over and over and over again. So it became this running joke of, blame it on Kanga. And I say it now, even now, and people are like, huh? What do you mean blame it on Kanga? Never mind, old joke. It's always the hunter's fault, right? That's why I didn't play a hunter. I played a warlock. Well, I mained a warlock. Then I ended up once Alliance got shamans. Then I went main shaman from then on. And yes, I know I played Dirty Rotten Alliance, but I had to because that was where my guild went for some stupid reason. We went from playing the bad guys in Star Wars Galaxies, we're Empire through and through, to playing the good guys in WoW. And it's just like, what? I think it mostly had to do with the guild leader's girlfriend didn't want to play ugly horde. I think that's mostly what it was. So anyways, we played Alliance. But once the guild kind of dissolved after a few years, I started playing on a horde server then. One of the big rating guilds. On Thrall, I think it was. Yeah, Thrall. That was it. Okay, so I think I don't know, a few little doodads here and there. Well, we got to do the left claw. Shit, forgot about that one. Okay, then we do his little mind control thing, and then we start on chicken. I want to start on that today. So let's get his left claws done. Let's see here. The Alliance isn't. That's right. They aren't. That's why I said. Well, you didn't see me do it, but I went. the good guys like that. I did my finger air quotes. Let's see here. Back when you used to play Hunter 2, and the hunter's name was Gaslano. Nice. Yeah. Occasionally, I have seen warlocks run into raids with their blueberry out, and that's not a good sign. They're very brief, but at least that one's visible. You see the blueberry, if taunt's an issue. But with the pet, you never really know. I mean, most of the time you do. If it's a crab, there's a 99.9% chance it's in a taunting mode, right? But most of the time or all the time with a warlock, you knew which pet was there. So if you saw that blueberry out, they could call you out quick. But with pets, not so easy. Thank you. Level capped to 100 once. Nice. There was a brief period between Wrath and Kata where you had a Wrath level cats but could play a marksman with no pet. I think I got 80 before the expansion drop. Oh, okay. Yeah, I stopped not long after Wrath and came back at the very end of Kata. And I gotta say, I think leveling in Kata was my absolute favorite. Not so much the raids because I didn't really get to be a part of that, but I enjoyed the being able to pick my zone to level in, and having it scale with me. That was pretty nice. In that respect, but I think my favorite was Mist of Pandaria because I'm a huge fan of anything Asian themed. So, the whole continent devoted to pandas and brewmasters and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I was all over that expansion. That was the first expansion I rated as a tank. I started out trying to do the oh god, it was not Mistweaver. What was the was it Drunken Fist or something like that? The tank version of Monk. But then ended up switching to Warrior. I didn't like them as much as I thought I'd like it. It looked cooler than it was in practice. Clearly, you Thompson's no better than everyone's. PvP to let it start, and then it's 100 time. Oh, okay. All right, let's get these claws. Get these claws here on this hand. We gotta get it done. I'm stuttering on purpose to imply a rush. Fingernail polish, yeah. Okay, those are done. Now we can work on the electrode thing on top of his head. Let's say one of those hair protector things for the cars. Oh man. Hopefully it won't stay that way for long. Hopefully we're gonna make it look like it's electrified or something. At least give it a plasma coil effect from that other game. Okay. Okay. Getting it drawn in there real quick. Well, I say quick, but as quick as possible. Oops. Sorry, I was tilting the camera a little bit there. Okay, now we'll go to the lighter blue. I am not painting a portrait of Granny. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, unless your granny has, scaly green skin. I mean, maybe I am, but definitely not mine. Nice. Okay, now we're going to go to a little bit of that sky blue mixed with some white, and that'll be it. Maybe a little bit of white on top, but for sure a little bit of the sky blue and some white. There's a little mole line right there. I'm really having a hard time covering. Should have cleaned it up a little bit better, but I didn't want to destroy the texture up here either. So sometimes you have to make a judgment call between cleaning those lines up and making it harder on yourself for details later, or just wiping out details, one of the two. Finish the Black Joker design for the Animatic. Very cool. Well, you know what to do with it. You drop it in my Discord later because I want to see it. Or drop it in there now and I'll see it later. I mean, you know what I mean. All right, tell this take you good while. Yeah. Like, I really want to see some like full on animations of yours, like full on smooth animations, 30 FPS kind of stuff. But I do know that that will take even more time. Okay, so hopefully that comes across as glowing now up there on the top. I'm not sure if it does. It looks it from here, so hopefully that'd be good enough. So Gator, I'm still debating putting a little bit of blood around this clamp because it is shown on the artwork, and those little teeth are just barely visible on this thing. So I could come in and put a little blood running down these scales, but I don't know if it's worth doing or not. But there's Gator, Karate Gator, done. I want to put that in the 25 millimeter or not. It gets that wing awful close there to the grip. We'll see. That was a fun little miniature. I liked it. He ended up looking a lot less cartoony than I thought he was going to. Exciting. Okay. How do we want to do Mr. Bird? We've got our palette almost covered, so we're going to have to do something fairly limited to start with. I think I'll start with intermediate blue for his undercarriage or her undercarriage, whatever. Bird. I guess it is a she bird, isn't it? Which that is not a whole lot different than primer, so you won't see a lot of difference here at the moment. intermediate blue and the primer are very close to one another. Enjoyed doing the Marcus animation a while back, but things like that are about as much experience as you have. I see. Do you do you do your sketches digitally, McBluff, or do you do old school pen and paper or pencil and paper first and then scan in? Do you have a light box? If you have a light box, then getting the animation thing should be a lot easier. Or even if you do it digitally, it's still the same way. With via layers, you can do the animation tweening a little bit easier. I mean, not easy still, but easier. I am going to look up chickens. White chicken. Not cooked chicken. Regular chicken. Chicken. Okay, they're honestly quite boring for the white ones. I mean, they have red up on their head, which is not going to be available on this one. We can do the little goozler under her chin red, but otherwise it's just white and orange, pretty much. A little bit of black here and there on the wings. Might could do some tan, or maybe even some dark grays up on the neck area, I guess. Okay. I was just trying to check out chickens, see what they look like for a white chicken. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning maybe I should do a brown chicken. Yeah, I figured they had to have some sort of layering option on those. What do you guys think? Do you want to see the chicken white, or do you want to see it brown? Oh, it's actually depicted brown on the artwork. Okay, well that changes things. Yeah, that changes things immensely. Okay, let's change our plan. Yeah, I was going to say, getting those initial or key, what we call keyframes, or I call keyframes, and then you tween between the keyframes, basically blending one action to the next or one pose to the next is the idea. Granted, the last time I was doing animation was in Flash, and it was literally called tweening back then. That was like God, what version of Flash was that? Was that Flash 5, I think? That I was doing it? Seemed like it was Flash 5. I could be wrong. It may even be further back. So, if you guys want, we will continue with this one on my next stream. which will be next Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern. So we can either continue with this one or we can start another project. Whatever you guys want to do, you let me know now and we'll work toward that. But I'm of the opinion of either finishing this one up or if I finish, just happen to get the bug up about to finish her, we can do the orangutan dude and or do some rooster riders next. Which the rooster riders should be a lot of fun because they're modeled after bantam chickens, or at least the artwork is, I think. So they'll have lots of coloration on them, the blues and the greens and stuff, and the feathers. So they should be fun to paint. So yeah, let me know what you want to see next week. Flash was the worst. Flash made me. It wasn't that bad. Jeez. Friends, appreciate the Jen Picard I made last week. I don't know if I saw that one. I know I painted that one, but I don't think I saw that meme. I know we're just painting it all brown right now, but there will be oranges and stuff like that brought into it as well. So don't fret. We're just getting our base coat in right now. Yeah, I've played with After Effects a little bit. I didn't really make the connection that it was the Flash's replacement or Flash's replacement, but yeah, I have played with it a little bit. The animations at the beginning and on my BRB screen and stuff like that for my personal stream or I did in After Effects. I had one that was like a bubbling brain. That was the old one, and now it's got the animated fire, and then the food, drink, bathroom sign animating in, sliding in from the side, and the logo rolling across and stuff like that. That was done in After Effects. Very simply, After Effects. The bubbling brain one was definitely a lot more work. Oh, okay. I gotcha. So, no calls for next week? What y'all want to see me work on? The chicken or something else? Or the chicken, the orangutan, or something else? Rooster Riders? Maybe? Not heard anything back. Could always just say, supplies, turkey lurkeys, we're working on something else. More test subjects. Weird Hobbies has weighed in. Llama has weighed in. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's kind of what I was planning on doing. I wanted to finish these guys out and then get on the Rooster Riders. He said, I've really, really been, I hate to say the word enamored, but yeah, I've been enamored with the Bayou lately. They're speaking to me on a banjo level. Okay. Pretty sure all that around the face will be red, but we're just going to go ahead and cut it in brown for right now, because that's what we're doing is base coats, or a base coat. Yes, that is part of the metal there, I believe. So we'll leave that alone. Okay. There's a little spot there. All right. And I think this, if I recall, or if I see it correctly, the legs are armor plated until the feet. So this is armor plating here. I got brown, and then all the way down to that spot right there. And then the feet are natural. Okay. Where is, there we go. This is what I was looking for. This is Calvary Brown. This is our base for orange. I know it looks kind of weird, but it's a red brown. That's the base we use for our oranges. Well, I don't have Ma here to show you. Otherwise, I'd show you her chicken foot. But it used that recipe. Let me tell you, putting those little feet on this thing, it was kind of challenging. What I ended up doing was I took one foot, put some glue on it, and then I propped the chicken up on that foot, let it set, and then snipped out the final piece of sprue and to release it, and then went and did the same for the other foot. Took off all but one little sprue snip, prop the model up on the foot with some glue, and let it set. And once it set, then I snipped that little final one. But I did not think putting those chicken feet on was going to be fun. On a banjo level, you like that? I thought that would get a giggle out of somebody. I'm surprised Llama didn't have something snarky to say about it. Okay, let's see here. It finishes drying. Work a little bit more on it. We got 10 more minutes. Looks like. So I don't think we'll get way too much further, but see, it's got like oranges and yellows. I don't know if y'all can see that. Yeah, it's too much in shadow. But the artwork has it like oranges and yellows and stuff on it. So we're gonna try and emulate that. So first things first, we're gonna mix a little bit of Calvary Brown with our the word is failing me right now. I think it's orange brown or scruffless brown. Scruffless, that's it. Scruffless orange brown. There we go. That one. We'll mix it with a little bit of that. Nope. No, I take that back. It is orange brown. That's what I was after. This is the one. We're going to mix that with a little bit of the previous color. I knew there was a word orange brown in there somewhere in my recipe. Thank you for dropping that link there. That is all my socials, folks. If you're not already liked, following, subbed, and all that good stuff, I would greatly appreciate it. Likes, follows, and subs on YouTube. Those are free. Ones on Twitch are not, but those are appreciated too. But anyways, if you're not already following and liking and all that good stuff, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you aren't already following Play Weird, make sure you do that so that you can catch all of us cool streamers streaming cool painting for weird. Follows are free. Exactly. That is exactly the case. One of my favorite streamers used to say, "It won't cost you nothing, but you'll be a whole lot cooler if you did." I like that. I thought that was a good catch line. A little too much on there still. Nice thing is this one has a lot of texture you can really catch on it. So this is nice. Those little frail feet do not like the dry brushing thing. They're like, no, please don't dry brush us. You don't like that. All right. Okay, so we're just dry brushing this because this thing's got some great texture that we can work with here to get the get like the base coat down. Basically, we'll do some spot highlights with other colors once this is down, but this is going to be the majority of the color here. We may bring it up a little bit brighter, and then tone it back down with a little wash. To like even out the sketchiness of the dry brush. But for now, this is getting us the majority of the work out of the way. Heading out yourself. All right, Big Love. Thank you for hanging out. I do appreciate your support and your passion for the Malifaux universe and your animations and all that good stuff is fantastic. Always enjoy seeing you around. Okay. That is all we're going to do with that color. A little bit more up here on the neck. Those little armor plates with the spikes on and not making this easy. Okay. So that's the base there. And I think that's pretty much right at the stopping point, aren't we? About a minute away, so we got our base coat in on the flesh. Told you we'd get started on the chicken today, so we finished up, or we started on and finished up the gator, the karate gator, the kung fu gator. Did some skin work up and metals and a little glowy bit on his head for the electro control mechanism. Not like highest end or anything at all, but let me correct that one spot real quick. But it's definitely a passable little paint job, right? This is what I'd call a nice tabletop. Now, tabletop technically is, 3 colors and a wash, or 3 colors and a dry brush, or something like that. But I tend to take my tabletop a little bit further than that. And I've seen some people that put out these works of art that look like, Leonardo da Vinci or Van Gogh painted them or something like that. And that's not tabletop. And I'm like, no, dude, that's not tabletop. That's display level. But everybody has their different definitions, right? But anyways, so we got done with our little gator, and we started working on the chicken. And I think that's going to be it for today. We will be back, Karate Croc. Although he's not a croc, he's a gator. I have been corrected on that. But yeah, we finished him up today, and we managed to get started on the chicken. So we'll be back on this next Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And if we finish him, then we'll start on the orangutan that Thursday. But anyways, thanks again for watching. Hope to see you again next Thursday. And till then, hobby on and stay weird.